Jill, we have done it. We went through, you helped with this. We got, like, all of these.
Every single one.
And we've learned a lot of new stuff. Basically just, hey, I died this way. Hey, I died this way. Hey, I died this way.
Hey, I died because I missed my friend.
I really think that in whatever the next game is, I was going to say here, and this is my obligatory menu minute, because otherwise if we're like on Eve right away, the YouTube algorithm gets mad at me. You know, which is weird because like sex positivity until it's attractive people.
True.
But I was going to say that in the next game, they really should have better lore for these, because I love this game, but almost every person we found was just, hey, Mother Sphere didn't care about me, or I died. And that's it.
I hope I see my friend in death.
Yeah, and that's really it. So, not to, you know, I don't know.
It's a little depressing.
Well, I feel like it could have been more interesting.
It could have been. We could have found out some more deep secrets of the world, I feel.
But anyway, now we have to go to the orbit elevator. We even did those side missions. We're done until anything else comes up. We're on one of my favorite outfits ever.
Yeah.
And it's time to actually go to the orbit elevator.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
So we will walk there with trepidation and nice bounciness.
So, you know, we gotta find all the rest of the camps.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta find the rest of the stuff to upgrade Eve.
Well, should I show that really quickly? Look at where we're at with with our trophies. We are at 52%. So we have some more stuff to get.
Yeah. So we gotta do the story.
And basically finish upgrading Eve.
So learn all skills, upgrade Eve.
Beta energy, blood edge to the max.
Yeah.
That was another thing I thought of, is that I would love it if they, in the next game, made it so that blood edge was customizable somehow. It looked different.
I'd like that. We also need...
now? No regrets.
What?
We also need all of the rest of the fish for the Ocean Maiden outfit.
But we got all that. We got all the bait.
Yes.
So,
and we need the rest of the cans.
So let's talk to him.
Dave, just a reminder. We're heading into space, so expect the journey to be a long one. You should try to take care of everything you need to in Zion before we leave.
Yeah.
So this was why we waited. If you don't, you know, we would not be able to go to other places.
Yeah.
Eve, Adam, wait.
Huh? What's going on?
I have a request. There's somewhere I'd like to visit before we leave.
Huh? Where?
Can we possibly make a stop at Eidos 9? Please?
That shouldn't be a problem. Can I ask why?
There's a workshop there, a place that I was hiding in. There's something I really want to bring with me.
All right, well, let's go there. And this is for the secret ending.
It is.
Which I don't understand, because I thought that she was just stuck in her drop pod.
I think she was for a while, but she might have been able to, like, go around, and then she might have gone back to her drop pod and then got stuck or something.
Oh, got it, okay.
All right. If you really need it, Lily.
Thank you.
Because it does seem like she was doing some engineering mission stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there was, like, some reason why she was able to have a little workshop there.
Well, Lily really needs it. And we're going to give it to Lily.
To her, yeah.
Yeah. So when you look over there at our computer, by the way, not to sabotage our part, does that look bright enough to you?
Looks fine to me.
Okay.
With aerial interception nativas, getting close is going to be tough.
Can't we make a detour or something?
I think the other routes are the same.
I'll go down and resolve this. We'll meet up when it's done.
Because we know they're biological, and I'm going to assume that some of them are not human. You know, like, I know they said that they're human. I was reading something that Natiba is probably...
Redetected in this sector. Take care of them, Eve.
I was reading that that's probably a play on the word native. Do we think some of them are animals, too?
Yeah, I kind of think so.
Eidos 9 holds a special place in my heart.
I kind of think that they were splicing DNA with different things, like those companies were that we learned about. And I think that they kind of created these monsters by accident out of splicing DNA with humans and other animals and such.
Well, when they started talking about the corruption, I kind of think that some of it must have spread to other people.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that also this game is trying to play on the corruption of sin from the Bible, because there's a lot of Bible references in this game. And I kind of think that it's trying to say that people got corrupted by sin, too, in like a roundabout metaphorical way.
I kept missing that it's literally the very first.
That's okay.
There we go. Yeah, probably. It does seem like they're playing on a lot of stuff like that. Also, I think there was a direct Easter egg reference to The Matrix.
Yeah.
Because, and people said, no, that's not The Matrix, you idiot. Zion is like a thing from Judaism, which I know, I understand. But there was a thing where it said, I need to get back in the Matrix. Zion was a lie. Yeah. And to me, that kind of, like, that was a direct data stick we found.
Yeah. And
to me, that one kind of seemed like, unless it was some localizer having fun changing the dialogue for an Easter egg in America, which is possible, it seemed to me like it was a direct Easter egg referencing the Matrix movies, because Zion is the last human city in that as well, and people would leave the Matrix to go to it.
Yeah.
Damn it, the wound checking body status, the current rate of blood loss is 10.5 milliliter per minute, treatment recommended. Damn. Is this the last thing I'll ever see?
Rip. Yeah, I think that the whole thing was definitely inspired by the Matrix. You know, like the fact that they had Zion be the last city, it was inspired by biblical references and probably the Matrix. And then people, you know, come from Matrix 11, aka the Matrix, and try to find their way to Zion. I mean, that's kind of like, I think that's definitely very Easter eggy, and from what I know about certain game developers, like, we also saw this with someone like Hideo Kojima, is a lot of these, like, Japanese game developers, a lot of times are influenced by American media.
Well, to be fair, this is Korea, but Korea is also,
Oh yeah, that's true, this is a Korean game. I forgot it wasn't a Japanese game.
Well, Korea is also kind of influenced. Oh. Korea has also been influenced by it too, though. Because, like, America, this is like a weird subject, because I know someone's gonna say, oh, America screwed over all these countries and blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, but I think America kind of pulled South Korea out of the fire. Like, they were going to be absorbed into what is now North Korea, but we got involved in the Korean War because we were afraid of the spread of communism. So
you know what, and thank God for it, because South Korea is actually a nice place and North Korea is not.
That's true. I kind of wish Nate was here right now because, well, North Korea is great if you're royalty.
I think North Korea is only great if you're Kim Jong-un, and that's it.
Exactly, if you're royalty.
Yeah. There's
some pretty weird circumstances around the death of, I believe, his brother, or was it his cousin?
Well, I don't know if we should be getting in too much into this topic, because I'm afraid of that country.
Well, you're the one who wanted to talk about him.
All I mentioned is it's not a great country.
The exit. We need to go back where we came.
You should get that box.
Well, in case the Supreme Leader finds this, I think it's a wonderful country.
That makes sense. Yay.
Let's see. And by that, I mean Supreme Leader Snoke.
Snoke? Who's Snoke?
Who's Snoke?
Who's Snoke?
The greatest Star Wars character next to Jar Jar Binks? Are you kidding me?
I don't remember Snoke.
Oh my word.
I'm sorry, I forget the forgettable characters.
He's in the sequels.
Oh,
he's
he
the
is?
old man that Kylo Ren was talking to in 7.
Oh,
the disfigured old man.
Yeah, I only watched 7.
I know, but he's in 7.
When it came out once, so
he's
I don't
in 7,
remember.
so you should remember it.
Okay, thank you.
I just think it's ridiculous you forgot about Snoke, but whatever, that's fine.
I
Fake
mean, he
fan.
was obviously the best character in those movies.
Yeah, we got a tricky guy here.
He is tricky. I don't like those things. They're like scary and they kind of have boobs.
Oh, I thought Okay,
Look, do you see those boobs? They're like
Stop,
concave
Joe. I can only get so aroused. I can't move. Okay.
Oh. Do you think they tried to make that thing look like a woman?
I don't know, Jill. I'm gonna die here.
You did. You died. Is this the last thing I'll ever see?
Let's just pick up. I hate these things. They're so annoying.
I know, they're really annoying, and they've gotten harder over the course of the game. Like, remember, like, we saw these things in Eidos 7, they were easy, and then, like, in Matrix 11, they were terrible, and now they're worse.
Yeah. It's funny, sometimes the normal enemies are harder than the bosses to deal with.
You think so?
Yeah, it's the same with Dark Souls. Like, there's something with just getting overwhelmed by so many enemies, or like, you know, enemies hiding behind corners and stuff, whereas with bosses, you kind of expect to fight them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like you expect them to be hard. No, that makes sense to me.
But yeah, no, this is a South Korean game, and I was just gonna say that South Korea is also... I don't want to say like heavily influenced by American media, but I would say that there's some kind of symbiosis there. Like, America likes South Korea.
Oh yeah, there's crossover.
And I'd argue a lot of South Korea likes America, although they do think we're fat and lazy in some ways too.
But a lot of Americans love K-pop now.
Hyperion 11, comms are down, unable to transmit or receive. The Naytibas are sending out an interference signal.
Oh
the
my.
entity emitting the interference signal has been located. The entity?
So, you know, if you didn't get your affinity all the way up with Lily, we wouldn't have been able to come here at all.
Let's find another route.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's like kind of like a secret area.
And I saw people saying that they didn't do that.
Really?
You know, like that they played through the game and they didn't even know this was a thing.
Ah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's why we spent so long getting the stupid memory sticks. It's not like we had to do it for an achievement or anything. It's just, if you get the memory sticks and like documents and stuff, it makes your affinity with Lily go up for some reason, and then she'll want to come here.
Yeah, I don't really understand that mechanic, but it is... It was certainly a time sink. Mm-hmm. We spent like 2 days when we had time to play only doing stuff for the platinum.
I know.
And you were not happy because you were like, I want to play the story.
I did. I really just wanted to go to Eidos 9 and Spire 4, but like we couldn't, so we had to do all this other crap.
I get it.
Oh, by the way, the reason I mentioned like Americans like K-pop is because I was kind of trying to say like there's a crossover with like Americans liking Korean stuff and Koreans liking American stuff. You know?
Well, even games like StarCraft, I wouldn't say it's super popular here, but that's a pretty big thing in South Korea, and it's a pretty big thing here too in the RTS space. So.
What's
yeah,
RTS?
Real-time strategy, games like Age of Empires type stuff, you know. I don't know if Civilization counts or not. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought that was more of like a management game, but I guess I'm not sure.
I'm not really a big RTS person. I think they're very cool, but I'm too stupid. And the inventory management you have to do or not inventory, like the army management and stuff.
Parts. You okay?
I'm fine.
The army management you have to do and stuff like that, I feel like I'm not very good at. But I actually have a favorite. By the way, do we know if we're missing any camps here, or are we just going to go back through?
We can go back through.
Okay. I actually have a favorite RTS, though, that I never hear anyone talk about nowadays, and it was Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. Not Battlefront, Battlegrounds. And I was really happy they re-released it on Steam.
Oh my.
So I was able to get it there, and it's basically a real-time strategy game where you manage different armies and factions in the Star Wars universe, and they fight each other. Oh, there's a thing over here. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you about it, but it is really cool. I'm not good at it, but I really, really like it. And I remember playing it when I went to my cousin's house all the time. And I would always ask if we could play it, but he only had his mom's computer, so we could only play it if his parents didn't want to use their computer.
And were they on their computer a lot or something?
Yeah, it seems like adults, for how much they criticize technology, sure like to use it a lot.
I know, right? It's really
like
funny.
Old adults. I guess now I'm almost 30, so you know what I mean.
Adults from before.
Yeah, the ancient adults.
Yeah. Now they're like, what, 80?
No, I'd say they're probably in their 60s.
85?
90.
They may as well be 900 at this point.
Okay, well, you're not going to feel that way when you're that old.
I'm just joking.
Come on, can I... Yep. That was a pro gamer move.
You are the proest. You know, I like games like that where it's like management-y and stuff like that, but I'm just not very good at them. You know, like
I'm surprised because you love The Sims. Oh wait, you cheat. Never mind.
So here's the thing with The Sims. I love The Sims, but I treat it the way a little girl would play with her Barbie dolls. You know, like it's in the fantasy land, and we're having fun, and we got some dramatic stories going on, and we're doing crazy stuff, and we're just enjoying ourselves. I know some people enjoy the management aspect of, like, let's start from zero and make a bunch of money, like, at our little jobs and
You mean the
such.
entire point of the game?
Well, no, there's different ways to play the game.
No, I know that there is, but I'm saying that I and there's nothing wrong with, like, using a cheat. I'm just saying, like, I do think there is something to be said about actually also earning your way, too.
No, I know, and I've done that before, and I enjoy playthroughs like that. Like, James Turner made up this challenge called Rags to Riches.
Brock Turner?
Yes, which I actually find really fun. And it's basically this challenge where you start your sim off with an empty lot with 0 simoleons, and then you can't get a normal job. You have to, like, make money by foraging or fishing or painting and stuff, and you have to, like, build up something, like build up a house or build up, like, a business or something. I liked the one where he did, like, building up the restaurant, that Let's Play. I thought that was really fun.
Wait, so that doesn't count as a normal job?
No, because he did it for his Dine Out Let's Play specifically, and Dine Out had just come out where you can build your own restaurant.
Oh.
So he did a Rags to Riches thing where, like, he only made money from, like, making the restaurant sort of thing, which I thought was really cool and fun, and I've done that before, which is fun. But then also, sometimes there's playthroughs where I just like to have, like, a rich family who maybe is having, like, really dramatic problems in life. Like, maybe they had too many kids, and one of the kids is a rebel and got, like, a teen pregnancy going on or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, it just really depends on the story. And I like to come up with stories in my head for just fun, just cuz.
Look, who am I to tell you you're playing it wrong? I don't even play The Sims. I haven't played it in years. It's cool, but it's just, you know, I don't play it. But I was just saying that I do think that there is something there, too, like, that I think is cool when people, you know, play the game and actually earn all the simoleons instead of, you know, it seems like everybody just uses cheats.
Most Let's Players don't use cheats. Because, like, people in the comments will get mad at them.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, so for me, it would kind of be like playing this game but starting at max level. Like, it's not like you're not playing the game. But to me, I feel like I'm not earning it. Like, I just feel like I'm not earning anything there.
No, that makes sense. And, you know, some people like to play The Sims like that, and that's fine. And the reason I like The Sims so much is because there's different ways to play. You know, like, they have all these cheats in so that you can make up your own stories, like as if you're playing dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the aspect of you can play without cheats, without mods. You can just do it the way that it was intended.
Well, yeah, it's just a sandbox versus...
Yeah. And that's something I really enjoy about The Sims.
6 in all.
Didn't he already tell us there were 6 in all?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He probably did.
I think
You're
he
getting
did.
a bunch of texts, or I am.
I think it's you.
I'm a popular guy. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not a popular guy.
Oh, I get all these dumb Instagram fake messages from women that are like, hey, you want to, you know, meet up? And it's like just a fake person.
Yeah. I have been getting steadily, like for the last week now, like 7 to 30 calls a day, of just random scam numbers from like different places in the United States.
Really?
And they'll leave voicemails, but the voicemail will be silence.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
That's actually just creepy.
It'll just be like this. That's it.
Isn't
And it goes on for like 5 to 10 seconds.
that's kind of creepy.
It is creepy, and so I keep trying to block all these numbers, and then I keep getting called by them. And then one day last week, on Sunday, I was supposed to go in, I guess, early to my job because it's like football Sunday or whatever. And I got a call from my boss, who, by the way, had never given me her number before. And because I always have my phone...
This doesn't matter, Jill. You can talk.
Because I always have my phone on this setting where, like, if somebody who's not in my contacts calls me, it automatically declines the call. And so then she, like, left me a voicemail. I was like, I'm not sure why you're not answering your phone, but you're supposed to come in early today. And I thought to myself, well, I mean, you never told me your phone number, so how was I supposed to put you in my contacts? I think it's normal for most people to not just answer the phone if it's not a number they recognize, right?
Did you say this to her in real life?
No, I just didn't bother because she's just such a fucking bitch.
Oh, really? Is this the general manager?
Yeah, I don't really like her all that much, but I like her daughter. Her daughter's hot.
Didn't you say everyone hates her?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being just hated by everybody?
I would like to mention, by the way, her daughter is my age. She is over 18. That's why I'm allowed to call her hot.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, Nate's gonna be disappointed.
He is gonna be disappointed. But yeah, I went to work today, and she wasn't there today, and everybody just seemed like they had a bit of a pep in their step.
Yeah, can you imagine that people are excited and celebrating that you're not there?
Yeah.
I feel like that means you need to change. My goodness, the city has fallen and has sunk underwater. What happened while I was unconscious for a few seconds? There, what's this? Ticket to Heaven, Space Elevator Boarding Pass, Spire 4 to High Orbit Station, Lift, P11, okay, whatever. Orca Aerospace Company, Raphael Space Station, June, it's a ticket to heaven. I worked really hard to get this. The colony is safe from those monsters, so don't worry. Let's just think about reuniting when you get there safely. Let me know when you get on. So those tickets, they must have just been for the Andro Eidos, right?
I think so.
Because the Andro Eidos all thought they were normal humans, remember?
Yeah.
So I think that they all thought they were the normal humans and that all these aliens invaded, basically.
Yeah.
That they didn't know where they came from, but it turned out those were the normal humans fighting to survive against Mother Sphere.
Yeah.
And these created humans all thought they were the real normal ones.
Isn't that insane?
Which
That's really crazy.
I don't think they're any less real humans than the previous ones. It's just they're artificially,
Yeah.
created. Like, I think they were all like... Somehow there was some kind of artificial insemination type thing that Mother Sphere did in order to create humans that were intertwined with technology.
I still kind of wonder whether or not Andro Eidos is able to give birth naturally, and if the baby comes out with, robotic parts in them, or if they have to have the robotic parts put into them.
I don't know. I think that they're born this way. I think Mother Sphere crafted them. I think Mother Sphere decided, as David would say from... the Alien universe, that it was better to rule in hell than to serve in heaven. Mm-hmm. Like the idea of I'm going to kind of step into this position as a god now.
Yeah, and change things.
Yeah, and make them the way I want.
I mean, I could buy that they're probably born with that exospine thing that she has, and that can get modified over time or something.
Or that it can grow with them and then be modified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it must be some kind of tech that can grow and heal and stuff. Maybe nano machines.
And you know what? I can buy that because in the X-Men universe, they made those Sentinels and they made them out of the organic material that Mystique used to change herself, to camouflage herself.
So X-Men makes you more willing to accept the story of this game?
Yeah, so X-Men makes me more willing to accept the fact that technology could be organic.
Okay. Fair enough.
So there you go. I'd like everyone to know that.
I'm glad that the true-to-life documentary X-Men: The Fox Universe made it so that you were more willing to accept the ins and outs of this game. Why didn't that let me auto-kill him? Oh, whatever.
Oh, maybe that guy didn't feel like being auto-killed.
I always wondered this, too. So, do the Transformers heal? Or, no, they all have to get,
They gotta get tune-ups.
Yeah, people work on them.
Yeah.
Or they work on each other, like when Wheeljack was
Yeah.
working on...
I don't think they have any organic material on them. I think they're literally just metal, because I don't think that they, give birth or anything. I think they just, make friends.
It's different in different continuities. I believe there are, Autobots who give birth in the comics.
What?
In some weird way. I don't know how. I think
what
that
in the world? What do they
pretty-
eat, a bunch of nuts and bolts, and it, creates something in them?
Okay, well, that's rude. You wouldn't say that about a Mexican. You wouldn't say, what does he do, eat a bunch of tacos and then just spits out an our Mexican? That's racist, Jill.
Speaking of Mexicans.
Whoa, what do you mean?
Speaking of Mexicans.
Hey, wait. How do you think we get over there? Did you see that?
I don't know.
You think we're gonna have to go around?
Well, let's try it.
Speaking of Mexicans, we got like Donald Trump here.
Speaking
They're
of-
coming across the border. These people from Haiti. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating tacos.
So, what culture does salsa come from?
Mexico, right?
Right, yeah. So, there was this Mexican girl at work. She doesn't speak very much English, but she speaks some English. And she came into the fridge today, and I was like, hey, do you know where the salsa is? And she was like, the what? And I was like, the salsa? And then she pointed me to the Caesar dressing. And I thought to myself, how does she not know what salsa is? Do they call it something different in Spanish?
They must. Look it up. Now I'm curious. I want to know. Let's see. Aftershock 2. Yeah, because now I'm curious what they call it.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that myself.
I thought you, like, said something offensive like, hola, mi salsa compadre. And then she was like, what? What'd you call me?
No, salsa is the Spanish word.
Maybe it's
It's a little
pronounced different.
complicated from here. Remember the route clearly so you don't get lost.
Legionnaire 292's recollection. Legionnaire 292 with the Hyperion, we were hiding at the outskirts of the city waiting for the right opportunity, but the opportunity never came. The shards of the colony started to fall from the sky. Shards. Along with a report that a crack was appearing on the dam. The city was underwater in a matter of seconds.
That's awful.
So, I want to know...
Salsea. Salsea.
Okay, so maybe ask that next time.
Maybe I said it wrong?
Well, you didn't say it wrong. You said it how we would say it.
Yeah, I said it too American.
Did she say stupid American?
No, but
Oh,
she should have.
She should have. How do you get over here?
I don't know.
Oh, there's like some path on the outside. Adam was mansplaining to me that this area is too complicated for a dumb bitch like me to remember.
Is that what he said?
No, he just said that this... He said this area gets kind of complicated. Try and remember the path so you don't get too lost.
Oh.
That's all he said, but I like
Isn't he the one who's doing, like, the pathing? Isn't he in the stupid little ship, like, looking at the map right now?
Hold on, Jill. Hold on. We're not being too fair to Adam here.
I bet you can probably fall through the ceiling to get in that thing.
I think you have to go, on the outside of it and then kind of fall. Yeah, these things are all... They all have a lot more health than they used to.
Yeah, I think they're harder here. They must have been created by, created out of, like, better humans.
Better humans?
Yeah. Like, you know how, like, black people are better,
Whoa, okay, no.
are better at basketball than white people?
They're not, but yeah, sure.
Well, maybe there was, like, a certain race of people that was better at becoming an Atiba than other people.
So, I think that has more to do with what they have access to. Like, a lot of inner city kids who end up becoming basketball players are black, and their easiest and cheapest form of entertainment is the court.
Oh, yeah, I can buy that because, like, sadly, a lot of inner city kids who are black don't really have very much money.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thanks.
You got more to say?
Well, they don't have very much money, so it makes sense to me that, like, their biggest form of, like, doing something would be like, hey, you want to go to the court after school?
Yeah, and obviously not everybody, and there's a lot of white kids there too. It's not just one or the other, but yes, that's... I think that that's kind of where that comes from, that stereotype. I think that genuinely there's a lot of people from that background who just do that. I also do think that...
Looks like there's no path ahead.
Maybe it's best to exit the building.
I could be wrong about this, but you know how... It's gonna sound racist.
Oh.
You know how, like, in a lot of ways, that group of people has been forced to work, like, physically? I kind of sometimes wonder... Wait, I'm going up. I'm not supposed to go up. I'm supposed to go down.
You can go up if you want.
No, I want-
want to see what's up there.
Well, we will go up there, but real quick, I wanted to go down to get to that other thing, remember?
Ah.
What's over here? Let's look
Hey,
over here.
look.
So, I do wonder if there's something to do with adaptation and, like, that human beings who their ancestors in more recent history have been forced to be more physically active are going to be prone to be born healthier and more
Do you
physically
think
active.
that they evolutionarily became, like, you know...
No, I don't know. Supposedly, because I'm straying into, like, German speech territory here, so I want to be careful. Supposedly, there's not really much difference between any ethnicity of human except for, like, certain minor adaptations. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'm not a biologist here. I couldn't tell you. But I do think that it's interesting that when you look at these groups of people who, like, their ancestors were all forced to be more physically active than a lot of our more recent ancestors.
Now a lot of them are really good at being athletes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or, like, they're just more strong, or like they have a higher endurance or whatever.
Well,
I don't know.
Have you noticed, or at least I've noticed, that many black men are very tall too, like and strong. Like it kind of seems like a lot of them. Obviously not all of them, but a lot of them are kind of like, I wouldn't say the word bred, but you know, made bigger than others.
I don't even think this is offensive. Like that should be a positive thing. But I think that, you know, people adapt to different climates and different things. Like, for example, remember when we were reading that thing about, like, monolids versus... Okay.
Oh, no!
Whoa!
Whoa, cool! Hey, you lived!
It's a miracle. Remember when we were reading those things about, like, eyeballs and, like, the difference between, like, monolids and what was the other thing, like, double lids and stuff?
Something like that, yeah.
And how different humans have, Why can't I get over there?
I don't know.
And how different humans have... you know, different types of eyes.
Did you know that the reason, or at least the agreed upon scientific reason for why some Asian people have monolids...
We looked this up, remember? We looked this up together.
...is because they used to be in very snowy environments. I don't think you would necessarily have to go over.
I just wanted to go to that thing.
I don't know if you necessarily have to.
Well, then why is it there? It's
upsetting.
upsetting. It's upsetting. It looks like I could get there.
And they used to be in very snowy environments, and having smaller slits for your eyes helped the snow not get in your eyes as much, so you'd be able to see better.
I'm very confused by that, though, because you could say the same for a lot of people like Norse. You know, there's a lot of snow, right?
Yeah.
So why do white Norsemen have, you know, our size of eyelids then? Like, I don't understand. I wonder what made them not...
I don't know, maybe it depends. Maybe they weren't in snowy environments for nearly as many years or something. I guess I don't really know the science behind it. But then there's also the scientific fact of, like, the reason why black people have darker skin is because, like, they originated, a lot of them, from Africa, and Africa is very heat, sunny, you know, stuff like that, and their skin naturally adapted to try and prevent having a ton of sun damage, you know?
Mm-hmm. It just makes me wonder if, like, in the future, like, let's say human beings were around in 50,000 years, would there be no more, like, would everyone be one race?
I don't know. I mean, I think if they all, like, interbred with each other, yeah, because I saw this thing on this website a long, long time ago when I had to do a project for school about, like, what humans might look like in 100 years. And a lot of the scientists' consensus on that was, like, a lot of people have, like, tan skin, you know, like, kind of mix of white and black, like, tannish skin, kind of like Zendaya. And a lot of them will have brown eyes and brown hair. And it'll be the kind of hair that's, like, a mix, you know, not necessarily super kinky, but not necessarily pin straight either. And that, like, most races will just kind of meld together to look very similar to each other.
I think this will be different in certain parts of the world, though. Like, maybe in America, but in somewhere like Japan or South Korea. In Asian cultures, something no one really wants to talk about is, like, it's not really encouraged to do interracial, you know, breeding.
No, a lot of those Asian countries want their people to just be with Asian people.
Be their people.
Yeah.
And I actually saw this a lot too with even Asian kids in America growing up, where, like, their parents wouldn't approve because their boyfriend or girlfriend wasn't Chinese and they were, or wasn't Japanese and they were.
Yeah.
Even if they were, like, born here, and it's like, oh, but we're from Japan. It's like, well, no, you are. Your kid is from America.
Yeah, your kid's an American.
You're from Japan, and now you're American, but your kid is a American-born person with Japanese DNA, right?
A cocoon.
Let's get rid of it quickly.
Watch out. There's a lot of them.
The dam on the back is about to collapse. There's no hope for Eidos 9, and we have to run.
That's sad.
Yeah, so I guess my point is I find it interesting, but I don't get why they don't get called out for that. Because if I had a daughter and I said, you are not dating a black man, and that got out, it would be like, this guy's a fucking racist.
Yeah, people get mad at like white people who say that sort of thing, but then it's fine when Asian people do it.
Which, to be fair, I don't really... I mean, it's up to you what your preference is for, like, what you like. Like, so, for example, if you are black and you're highly attracted to Asian women, or you're an Asian man and you're highly attracted to black women, like, you like the aesthetic of how they look, I couldn't care less.
Well,
I don't
there's someone
care.
out there for everyone, in my opinion.
Right, but I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my business.
I
And
tell
it's-
you what, I'm highly attracted to Asian women.
I mean, there's a lot of different, you know, people from pretty much everything that are attractive for the most part. But yeah, no, I just don't get why, like, it's okay for some people and not others. Like, oh, well, it's...
One leads to a high-rise building, and the other to the tracks.
There's hardly
Just make your way to the tracks first.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, why is it okay for certain people? I don't even know if we're going to be able to hear them because I was fighting.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine.
But, like, other people, you have to have this... Oh, I don't know, like, oh, you're not open-minded, you're this, you're that.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing where, like, Muslim people can say whatever they want and it's okay because they're Muslims, but if a Christian person says something that's out of line, then how dare they?
Well, and I think that one comes from, like, people feel, like, from Europe especially, are like, well, Christianity was used to justify X, Y, and Z, and it's like, okay,
Yeah, but...
so was Islam. Like,
Yeah.
it's just that it didn't do it to you, it did it to someone else.
Yeah.
You just weren't the one experiencing oppression. The same way that there's a lot of, you know, Islamic people who have experienced oppression in other countries, too.
You want to know something absolutely horrible?
I do, but I don't really know which way he wanted me to go first, so I'm just going this way, okay?
Go whichever way you want, don't matter. Something absolutely horrible is this, this TikTok star from Turkey, she killed herself, like she threw herself off a building.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which is really sad.
people in the comments, who spoke her language said, I hope Allah forgives you. And I'm hoping that maybe that was a bad translation on Google's part.
It's insane to me because if somebody self-exited and I said, you know, the Bible implies that you'll go to hell, but I hope Jesus makes an exception for you, people would be like, you are a psychopath.
Yeah, that was pretty wild, but everybody was just fine with those comments.
I'm so tired of that. I'll tell you this. I am really sick of Islam. Not in the sense of, like, a belief system.
Oh, no.
Jill got, like, really worried here. Not in the sense of, like, a belief system of believing in Allah, but in the sense of, like, people thinking that it gets a pass for everything. I remember Sam Harris, who's, like, an atheist that I actually really respect, by the way. He's, because I'm not an atheist, and there's been things I widely disagree with Sam Harris on.
I hope God forgives him for being an atheist.
It's just so, it's so conceited. It is so holier than thou. And that's my point is I'm sick of, like, it feels like Islam in particular gets a pass on this. And you know what, actually, to some extent, Judaism does too. Because so many people have hated on those two forever that now it's like if you criticize them, people think you're anti-Semitic or that you want...
here as well.
Except for right now with, like, that Palestine stuff. Aren't people, like, hating the Jews again right now for some reason?
Yeah, that one's complicated. They would say that they don't like the Israeli government, which I think in some cases is true, but I do think there are some people using it to cover up anti-Semitic views too.
Yeah.
A giant wave swept the city away. Dead bodies were floating around amidst the debris of the underwater city. The communication system is also down. I'm sure... Sorry, that deformed insect is an Atiba. I hate to even entertain the idea, but it looks a lot like us.
Oh, no.
So I was just going to say that when I say I'm sick of Islam, I don't mean in terms of, like, believing in Allah.
So you wanna, you know, AH them.
No.
Oh,
Amber Heard.
I guess I'm on the wrong, I'm on the wrong page.
Sleep with them and then allegedly accuse them of abuse.
And then poop on their bed?
That was the dog. He got stung by a bee. He stepped on a bee, okay?
And then she didn't clean it up? Okay.
Look, he stepped on a bee, all right?
Okay.
But I was going to say that with that, I'm sick of them being immune to criticism. Like Christianity shouldn't be, like atheism shouldn't be, like
your mom shouldn't be.
Well, that's actually true. You know, like, nothing should be immune to receiving criticism, like someone looks at it and says, hey, I disagree with this, and here's why I disagree with this, and I have a point.
Sure I am. Can't get down from here.
Let's keep moving forward along the rails.
Also, you need more ammo anyway.
Do you get what I'm saying, Jill?
Oh, no, I totally get what you're saying. You want to wipe them all off the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's it, of course. You gotta be careful even making that kind of joke, because somebody could soundbite that and say, like, oh, well, look, we should take this channel down.
Maybe this is a little bit too explosive of a conversation. Maybe we should move on.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
But
so,
anyway,
yeah, you didn't go over there.
All I wanted to say was I don't like that certain topics are not open for discussion anymore.
Especially with that religion.
And I don't like that certain people who defend extreme versions of that religion don't realize that they would be the first to be condemned by that religious ideology.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's say you're an OnlyFans model and you're defending an extreme version of that religion. Maybe take a look at what it says about people like you.
Oh.
And re-examine if that would really be the belief system you'd want to throw your weight behind.
Or what about all these, like, gay people who are, like, super into, like, LGBTQ rights, who are like, we shouldn't be mean to the Muslims.
Well, we shouldn't be mean to anybody, but...
No, I completely agree you shouldn't be, but also, like, I feel like you can also criticize their ideologies if it's literally...
That right there is the problem, Jill, is people think criticism is mean.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, if somebody comes into my comments and they say, hey, I don't really think the sound balancing was good here. That's not mean. If somebody came into my comments and said, I hate you based on your identity and I hope you die, that's mean.
Stop
right?
yapping.
Those are different things.
I've seen some people in your comments say stop yapping to you.
I like the idea that they want me to sit in silence.
Yeah, like in your own video, like, what are you supposed to do? That's the worst comment I've ever seen. Is it's like, well, if you don't want this person to talk, why did you click on their video?
Why don't you come try and silence me? I'll use the Second Amendment. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, the whole point of a video is, like, this dude's talking to you.
Yeah, well, fuck that Degenerate Jay dude. I hate
know,
that
right?
guy.
He should stop yapping.
He really has got to stop yapping someday.
Some of these videos are real yap fests.
Did someone say that?
Yeah!
That's the whole point of the commentary genre, is yap fest.
I know!
I mean, you're not wrong.
It was really fucking funny.
I hope it was a joke.
I don't think so. I don't think it was.
Because that's funny.
Oh,
Like, if you're gonna make fun of me, at least make it funny.
that's true.
But I don't know. We should be able to talk about stuff.
No.
You know? Well, this is something I was thinking about when I was editing this Let's Play. Like, I was editing a couple parts of this Let's Play and God came up. And I was like, can we talk about this? And then I thought, like, that's sad. Like, not that I'm that wishy-washy. Maybe that is too. But that, like, you know, we live in a world now where people are genuinely afraid to have just normal conversation. Because they're like, who am I gonna bother? Who am I gonna offend? And it's like, well, maybe...
You must be having a hard time because of this junk. If we were in one of the latest dropships, we would have gone right through.
I've seen dropships fall before.
Is she picking on Adam's ship?
Yeah, she's picking on Adam's ship.
That's hilarious.
Because of this junk.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I think that, you know,
There's a box behind you.
I know. It's really just a shame that it's gotten to the point where people are so afraid of offending people, and sometimes it's valid. You know, like, there are certain things that I think if you're just trying to piss people off like a provocateur, that's lame. Like, that's just loser behavior 99% of the time. But maybe sometimes if people get offended by something, that's a them problem.
I also think that on YouTube we should be allowed to talk about God if we want to. I mean,
or
like,
whatever we want to.
Yeah, I mean, I like all these other people talk about things like, I don't know, Buddha. How come they can talk about Buddha?
Well, yeah, and right. I guess I think it's just too bad that people are so sensitive now, and I don't know. I kind of think part of it is kind of like the idea of the Coliseum again. The idea of, like, sports games and stuff, like, you know, gives people something to distract them so that they'll pay attention not to, like, the bad things in life.
Yeah.
I wonder if some of this outrage culture is the same idea. It's like, well, we don't want people to ask too many questions about their life and like why they're unhappy. So if we just keep telling them like, hey, you should be mad about that thing over there, and not, hey, you should be mad about what your government is doing, or hey, you should be mad about the fact that you're having a hard time affording groceries.
Do you think that's why they specifically have football season around the election season?
Yes. Well, I don't know. I do think there are interesting times where stories come up to cover other stories, and we've seen that. We even saw that with the Biden laptop.
Yeah, and with the Diddy thing.
Oh, they're gonna talk now, I think. 'Cause this was green.
I didn't realize just how long it takes to get here.
Lily, why did you choose to live hidden in a place like this?
This area used to be almost free of natives. See, back then, they didn't like water. But I think they've evolved now.
At this point, it wouldn't be strange for natives to live underwater.
Let's get back on the road.
What was wrong with us talking, Adam?
I don't know, that sucks though. It seems like this place was like a safe haven for a while and then it just got fucked.
Yeah, it did. Got ruined.
Also, who is screaming? Rude!
Yeah, there's somebody up here. Are you wanting me to change outfits soon? Or are you liking this one?
We can change outfits soon for the Let's Play. I mean, we probably had this on for a part.
Yeah, I mean, I love this outfit.
It's a great outfit. Hey, are you ever shocked by the idiocy of children?
No, not anymore. But I should be. People don't raise their kids.
No, they don't. You know,
In the wild, all these kids would die.
they would. So we have kids' cups at work, and this is a stupid decision on management's fault. So they should
They're
have...
gonna talk again, I guarantee it.
Looks like we're not even halfway there.
They should have plastic cups, but instead they have foam kids' cups. And foam, obviously, is easy to break.
Uh-huh.
And I cannot tell you how many times I have had to clean up spills from children who literally...
Our work here isn't finished yet. If even one of them is left, the tetrapod can't fly.
I think I have to go back down to that one on the ground that you told me not to go to.
Yeah.
Like, because that was
Sorry.
where I was supposed to go, I guess.
I wanted you to be able to get this stuff first.
I know, but this was the way to proceed, and
I didn't know.
that's what I was gonna say. I couldn't tell which way it was.
But anyway, I have had to clean
okay.
up... Oh, bye. I've had to clean up so many spills from kids who have, like, literally destroyed their foam cups. Oh, somebody took you underwater.
Really?
They, like, grabbed your leg and pulled you underwater.
Wait, there was a person down there?
Yeah, it was an Atiba.
In the water?
Yeah. Remember they said they could probably live underwater now?
I didn't see them down there.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Otherwise, why would she randomly drown?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to get down here.
But yeah, like the other day, there was like this huge party that they had in the back room.
Uh-huh.
And I went in there to help clean up afterward, and I saw one of these foam cups literally in strips, like in shreds on the table.
Wow, how'd that even happen?
I don't know, and there was like juice everywhere.
Just some dumb kid.
And then today, I gave a kid a foam cup with chocolate milk in it, and then the kid shoved their straw all the way down in the bottom and made a hole in the bottom of the cup.
Do their parents not care?
I don't know, and then the chocolate milk got spilled everywhere. And so I got them another foam cup, and I was like, do you guys want me to, like, get you any others? Yeah, like, do we think this is gonna happen again?
What'd they say?
They said, oh no, this should be good for now. And I was like, okay. But, like, how...
Do you think they knew you were calling their kid an idiot?
I don't know. I just don't understand how fucking dumb you have to be to, like, mess up a foam cup.
Well, children are stupid, Jill.
Well, like, what do they do when they go to Chick-fil-A?
Well, a lot of these kids probably aren't allowed to leave the house.
You think so?
Because they're so dumb.
Because, like,
I'm
Chick-fil-A
just
uses
joking.
foam cups, too. Did you notice that?
Why?
I don't know. And didn't McDonald's use foam cups for a while, or no? I think there might be, yeah, still, like, cardboardy plastic.
I don't remember.
But I know Chick-fil-A for sure has has styrofoam cups.
Right. Yeah. Well, do you remember in school where kids would want to combine their food into like a desecration to God?
Yeah, they like to call it like mixing potions.
Yeah, so kids are dumb. And I think when we were kids, we were also very, very dumb.
Yeah.
And you and I are still dumb.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I wasn't dumb enough to ruin my drink, because if I ruined my drink, Mom was not buying me a new one.
But there's also a path that leads to the top.
Eve, the choice is yours.
Let's go up first. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, your parents wouldn't get you
You didn't want to go up to the Ferris wheel?
If I go on here, I thought that I would end up falling.
I don't know, I want to go to the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
Yay, Ferris.
Uranus well?
Uranus well.
Cool. This is it, Jill.
Oh.
This is where it ends.
Oh.
But it was still something, I guess.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Like, if I did dumb shit like that, I wasn't getting another. Like, my parents didn't console me. They didn't buy me another donut if I, like, dropped it on the ground and squished it with my dirty feet.
Yeah. Did you see me running on the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, but your parents are dicks.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
That's true, but at least they taught me to not, like, make a mess of myself.
No, I agree, and that's a good lesson, but I don't like them.
No,
But my point was that I think that there's a lot of kids who their parents don't know where to draw that line. Like, how much do you console your kid?
Yeah.
You remember in Sailor Moon where that was a problem with Chibiusa? She thought her parents didn't care about her because Mamoru would pick her up, but Usagi would say, like, you need to learn to pick yourself up. And so she thought her mom was mean.
Yeah.
At times. Because she thought, well, my mom doesn't care about me because she won't pick me up.
But in reality, she was trying to teach her that sometimes you have to get back up on your own.
Right, but kids don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times kids don't understand this kind of thing. They just internalize it and they get upset. And they think, oh, my parents don't like me. And then I think, unfortunately, when there's situations where parents are, like, abusive or rude, or not rude, abusive emotionally or physically to their children, there's also a lot of times where that's not taken seriously because of how sensitive our culture is, that they think, oh, this kid is probably overreacting. You know, like they'll think, oh, well, it's probably not as bad as the kid thinks it is because...
And sometimes it is.
And sometimes it's worse. I saw a thing about a guy who killed his kids recently.
Wow.
And I don't want to butcher the story, so you can look into it if you want to, if you're
You can give us the gist of it, though.
But my understanding of the story was that the court decided to give this man partial custody of the kids, like alone custody in terms of not only him, but he could take the kids out on his own.
Okay.
And he hated his wife so much, and his wife tried to say, like, this guy was hitting us, like, this guy was hitting me, this guy was hurting us. And the court didn't believe her.
Great.
And,
what happened to hashtag believe all women?
Well, that's bad, too. That's not good either. What? You want your pop?
Yeah.
And basically what ended up happening was this guy, because, you know, he had access to his kids and he hated his wife, and he was going to lose access to them, like, because he had this access and it was being revoked, is my understanding.
Well, probably because they found out he was actually abusing them.
Yes, and unfortunately they told him that it was going to be revoked.
Okay, you're not supposed to do that.
So he...
That's a good way to get children killed.
Took those kids and said... And, like, streamed to the mom, like, saying, I'm killing your kids now, and, like, live streamed killing
Like
them.
Over Facebook?
Yeah, like that kind of thing. I don't know about over Facebook, but over something.
I just assumed it was Facebook.
It does seem to happen a lot with Facebook, where...
I was just assuming.
Where psychotic people end up able to...
I love this hairstyle, by the way.
Me too.
Can we do the blonde? I like that.
Where psychotic people end up using Facebook for that kind of thing, so I get it. But, do you want glasses?
No, I want no glasses for a little bit, just because I think it'd be nice to see her face more.
So I don't remember what it was on. That doesn't matter.
Just click it. There you go.
She looks cute.
I love her.
But my point was just that this guy then killed those kids. And I kind of feel like if the judge hadn't given... In the situation that I'm trying to remember, which I'm butchering now, it felt to me like if the judge had not given this access to those children for that man, and then also, like, made it very apparent that he was going to probably end up losing it later on, that these kids would still be alive. You know?
Yeah.
And that's where I don't understand why people don't get disbarred. Like, if you're a doctor and you botch a surgery, you're probably going to lose your ability to be a doctor, whether it's right or not. Even sometimes if it's a mistake, you'll get sued for malpractice, and you can get in a lot of trouble.
But these people still get to be judges?
Yes. I don't know how, and that's what I'm trying to say, is it seems like a lot of times people are not, like... There's attorneys that are disbarred, but not often judges that I notice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't get that. And, you know, the thing is, I think personally what the protocol should be to help a situation like this would be, let's stop immediate...
Asian hate.
Yeah, let's stop immediate visitation while an investigation is undergoing and while a conversation is being had with in this instance, the man. And let's have the children be put with a safe... even a third party, you know, like even a foster family, like a safe third party while things are going on, so that we can make sure that these children are safe while we investigate the situation.
You know, there's another way to do it too, which I've seen before, and sometimes these people suck too, these like child, what are they called, like the child services, but you could also just have like a social worker that is present during all visitations.
That's true.
Because then, like, what are they going to do? They're going to have to beat the social worker too. I suppose they could, but like, you know, do you get what I'm saying? You've added a barrier where you can argue, like, that person can't argue you're denying me my legal right to my children, but also there's like a barrier there to protect those kids.
I think that's because there's not enough social workers who are willing to do that, like, every single visitation.
Well, then don't be a social worker if you're not willing to do your damn job.
No, I completely agree. But, like, I think that the idea the government has is, like, well, this person needs to eventually be able to spend time with their kids without needing a social worker. And the problem you present there is if they, like, are on their best behavior around the social worker, and eventually the social worker signs off and says, yeah, these kids are in good hands, then, you know, the very next time the social worker's not there, the abuse can start again.
That's why you have surprise visits.